Start off with the squishy that you want to deco and make sure you paint all the parts that you want to change the color white. So I'm leaving the back because I still want it to look like a donut, but this top icing part, to speed up this video process, I peeled off the little icing and I painted it all white. Next, you're going to select the colors that you want. I am choosing this blue, this purple, and this pink. So this is regular cushion foam that you can buy at Michael's or any kind of craft store, and I use it as a painting tool. So I'm going to go ahead and I want pink to start off with this corner, and since it's 3 colors, we're pretty much gonna split it into thirds. So basically just come and put some of your color here and grab your little sponge and soak it in the paint, and just be a little bit careful to follow your white line unless you don't mind it going off into the donut part. But we're just going to splotch this first third here, kind of set our border a little bit. Like I said, come down to about the first third of the donut, and just make sure you blotch it evenly. Next, we're going to take another clean piece of foam, since we're doing a different color, and we are going to take our next color. I've been doing this for a while, so I kind of can guesstimate how much paint I need to cover a certain amount, but with you I suggest starting off with a little bit, just so you don't have too much, and then if you need more you can go back and add more. So just continue this splotching technique, and even if you go over the first layer of paint a little bit, that's fine. That's going to make the gradient actually look smoother. So we're going to come into the first third layer a little bit. And you can reuse these pieces of foam that are color coordinated, because this is like a splotching technique. This paint dries pretty quickly, so even if you take a blow dryer and help it along, the paint on the donut should dry relatively quickly, so you can actually do a second layer shortly after you finish this first layer. So now that our first layer is done, we are going to wait for this part to dry, and then you can use the same exact sponges that you previously used. And I'm actually personally going to do maybe 3 or 4 layers of this exact same technique. So you go back, do 1 layer of pink, purple, blue, and do that like 4 times till you get this saturation of color that you like. So I did 4 layers, and now that I have the color that I want, I'm just gonna let this top layer dry, and then we will be back to add the pearlescent sheen to it. Once this top layer is dry fully, you're going to take a wide paintbrush, or any paintbrush you have really, and you're also going to take this Tulip Metallics in the color white. And don't be afraid, it's not going to paint it white once you do this technique. So we're just going to layer on the white metallic glaze, and it's just going to make it look like a very pearly color. So we're actually probably going to do 3 or 4 layers of this as well, and it just softens up the gradient. So literally just drizzle some on, take your paintbrush and just stroke this all over the donut, and you'll see it's already softening up the color. So if you want it to be like a bright color, make sure you use the base paint as a very bright color, because if you make it a very pastel color and then you add the pearl on top of it, it's going to be even more pastel. So just keep painting this until it's even all around the top part of the donut. Make sure you get the sides where you started the icing. And then once this layer is dry, we're going to do about 3 or 4 more layers. So you already see the color difference, and there's a slight sheen to it. So just keep putting layers until you are satisfied with the color payoff. So this is about 4 thin layers of the metallic white. And as you can see, you can definitely see all the colors underneath. Now it's just very pearly, and it's definitely your choice. You could decide to do 2 and you like the color and then you stop there, or you do 4 and you say it still needs more pearl, so you do a 5. So it's all based on what you want it to look like. So once this layer is fully dry, then we're going to go ahead and add the drizzle that we took off in the first place, but we're going to change its color. So now that it's fully dry, I'm going to take a gold metallics, and I'm going to fill in the icing that I had peeled off before. Now you can go in with some kind of needle tool or a toothpick or something and fix up the icing how you like it, make it smoother. So just run your needle tool through this and it will smooth out the line. So now we're going to wait for this icing to dry, and then we're going to add some extra special touches. Now that this part is all dry, we are going to add some glitter to the gold drizzle. So we're going to take a little bit of Mod Podge, a tiny little cup, a stirring needle, something kind of stick, maybe a toothpick will work, gold glitter of your choice. This is a pretty small job, so just pour a little bit of your Mod Podge into your little basin or cup, whatever you decide to use. Grab your gold glitter and pour it in as much as you would like. I'm going to add about that much. I'm also going to add some chunky glitter to make it a little bit more textured. Now we're going to mix it all together till it's fully incorporated. And it's going to look really cloudy at first, but when the Mod Podge dries, it will be clear. Now that it's mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add it on top of the gold part. So now just wait a few hours for this one to fully dry, or you can go over it with an embossing gun or hairdryer to speed up the process. Now that it's dry, I'm just going to take some of this chunkier holographic gold glitter, and I'm just going to put my finger and grab a few and lightly place them around. And once you press them down, they're going to pretty much stay. You don't have to use any kind of glue or extra paint. Just go ahead and start adding a few speckles wherever you want to put them. See, now once you lay them down, they're not going to come off. The paint just has a way of having things stick to it. So now that you have added a little bit of bling, your donut is now finished. Feel free to add anything else that you see fit. But for now, this is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!